Hi there guys, I'm AD, this is Classic Shack, and I'm back out working on my 63 C10. So today I'm going to try and tidy up the bed in the truck a little bit. Basically I redid the bed probably 7-8 years ago. It hasn't weathered very well at all, but rather than replace it all, I'm going to try and tidy it up a little bit. So let me spin this camera around and show you what I'm going to be up to. Okay, so when I did this before, I replaced it with what I was told was American yellow pine, which was treated so that it would last well. Well, it looked nice for a little while. I sanded it all back. I treated it with, well, I varnished it, and then I also like colour treated it to darken it up a little bit. At the minute in the UK we've got quite nice weather, and it just causes these boards to split. Let's see if I can get in there. So there's like quite big splits in some of the boards. It's a bit of a shame really, seeing how nice it looked when I first did it, but I'm going to try something. Whether it'll work or not, I'm not sure. My plan is to jet wash it, which I'm just about to do now. I'm going to go to my local garage and give it a jet wash, and then I'm going to give it a quick sand, and I'm going to try painting it with used engine oil, hoping that it will soak into it, and then it will let it relax, so it won't, the cracks won't be as big, because after it's rained it looks a lot tidier. I mean, it's still faded and all the varnish and everything's gone from it, but my plan is to jet wash it, sand it quick, and then try some used engine oil on it. It'll darken it up a bit as well. I did try sanding the corners here a bit, taking the because you can see like the loose varnish. I took it off that piece there, and this piece down here. But yeah, so I don't know that I'll film me jet washing it, because everyone knows how jet wash works, but yeah, I'll come back and show what it looks like when it's jet washed, because I think a lot of these cracks will close up. Okay, back in a bit. Okay, I've just jet washed it. It doesn't look that different. It's a little bit darker than it was, but cracked. Some of the splits have closed up a little bit. I think it needs a bit more soaking, but yeah. Well, next up, sanding. So I'll sand it back and then show you what it looks like then. Okay, so I've started sanding it. Hopefully you can see a line there where I've stopped. I haven't done this end yet. I've started on this end. It's just really smoothing it out, taking the last bits of the varnish off that are on it, which isn't a lot, to be fair, but yeah, I've pretty much got from there back to do, and I've just been using whatever this is, 120 grit on a roll, and then putting it on a sanding block. So yeah, I'm just going to carry on with this, and then I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, there we go, it's all sanded. I haven't gone mad with it. I've only really sanded it lightly. It's probably taken about an hour and a bit to do that. So I mean, you can see the cracks a bit better now that are in it, especially down this end, and you can see with the tailgate open, like the boards are warping. So my plan now is to hose it off, get rid of all the dust. I'm losing light now tonight, so I'll hose that off, and then if it's not too hot tomorrow, I'll start applying the engine oil and see how that works out. Right, new day. Here's how it's looking this morning now that it's all dried up. I basically hosed it off at the end of last night after I'd sanded it all. So it already looks a little bit better than it did before, but yeah, today I've just got some dirty used engine oil from the last time I did a oil change on the Landy that I have, and I'm just going to pour some of that into this cup and brush it on. So yeah, let's get on with it. There you go, you can see the colour of it. Looks a bit like a pint of Guinness. Okay, so this is the very first bit I've done. One coat on it. You can see how it's darker. It's starting to soak in. It's funny though, because this end isn't as dark. But I'm going to give it all one coat. See how it looks, but I think it's going to take multiple coats because I've literally just done that and it's all just soaked it all in straight away, which is what I want. So I'll come back once I've done the rest of it. Okay, first coat done. It's definitely darker than it was. It's all soaked in pretty much straight away. I was hoping it was going to be a little bit darker, more like that corner over there. But I think with multiple coats it will darken up a bit because it's literally just soaked in straight away. So yeah, that's coat number one. It's a bit of a smelly job. Everyone knows what dirty engine oil smells like. It's awful, but it's tidying it up, which is a good thing. Okay, new day, another new day. So I've painted the bed of the truck with the engine oil. It stinks. It does look better, but I've realised I've painted it with not the oil I was planning to. So I'm going to do another coat now, but with dirtier oil. So hopefully it's going to darken the wood a bit more, which is what I originally hoped to have happened. So I'm about to do another coat with some horrible black oil out of the Land Rover. So yeah, hopefully this time it'll be a bit darker like I wanted originally. So yeah, let's spin the camera around and have a look at how it's looking in a minute. Okay, so here it is at the minute. It's been a few days since I've done it. There's no greasy texture or anything to it. It doesn't like leave oily on your hands or anything. It's all soaked in, but it in my opinion, it looks better than it did before. So I'm hoping now with a fresh cup of dirty oil out of the Landy, it'll darken it up a little bit more. So yeah. You can see that the cracks aren't as big in it now. I don't know if that's the oil helping that soaking it in, or whether it's because it is a bit cooler today. So anyway, let's get on with coat number 2 with dirty oil. Okay, so the dirty oil I wanted to use originally, that I realised I hadn't, from the Land Rover, is doing the trick. This is the colour I was after, so like pretty much black. It's hard to see it at the minute with the sun shining, but you can still see the grain through it, which is cool. It's soaking in pretty much straight away, but you can see the difference there between, this is the one with the Land Rover oil in, and this one must have been oil from possibly the truck. I'm not sure, could have been something else. There we can see this back bit here just drying a little bit, but it is pretty much soaking in immediately. So I'm going to get back to doing the rest of it, and then I'll come back and show you what it's like when I'm done. Right, I'm halfway through. That's much more the colour I was hoping for when I did the first coat. So it's a shame I haven't got a cross-reference between how it was before I started and this, but yeah, I much prefer this darker. So yeah, I'm just going to get back on, finish sorting that out. Right, it's done, or as done as it's getting. So yeah, I'm a lot happier with the colour of that now. It's pretty dark. You can still see all the grain of the wood. This is a little bit greasy still at the minute. You wouldn't want to sit on it in white trousers, but it's not wet or anything. So yeah, I'm really happy with how that's turned out. Well, if you're still here, thanks for watching. It's a cheap way of sorting out the bed, but I'm happy with the results. It's definitely the colour that I wanted, and it's a a real cheap way of doing it. It'll also protect the wood as well, so it'll make it last a little bit longer until maybe sometime in the future it can have a new bed. But yeah, if you like the video, like it. If you want to leave me a comment, if you haven't subscribed already, it'd be great if you consider doing that. But yeah, until the next one, see you guys later.